Greetings, Professor McKee here with another quick Excel tip your finance professor wishes you knew. In this video, we'll learn how to use the NPER function in Excel to find the maturity for a time value of money question. In any intro finance class, you will have a unit on time value of money, and we professors will always have questions where we give you 3 of the needed characteristics and ask you to find the missing one. If you want to ace those questions, this video is for you. I have prepared a standard question here, asking us to find the length of time we need for this loan to be fair, in other words, the maturity of this loan. Now, to get started for any time value money question, it's best to convert our verbal description here into our required variables. So N stands for maturity. That's what we want to find, so we leave this alone. Our interest rate is 5%, so 0.05. Present value is the $100 that our friend is borrowing, and 110 is the future value, the amount we will receive at the end of the loan. Now, I'm going to make present value a negative number. This is because the Excel function we are using treats us as if we're solving for maturity from somebody's perspective. And the Excel function will not work if we give the wrong signs for present value and future value. I am treating the loan as if it's from my perspective. So the $100 that I give to my friend, that's negative cash flow, cash going out, negative sign. The 110 is cash coming back to me. That is going to be positive cash flow, not negative sign. If you're lucky and you mess this up, you get an error message, and then you know there's a problem. If you're unlucky, you get a number and the number's wrong, and you might not realize that there's a mistake. But we have the right signs, so we're going to be fine. Go to the cell next to N, type equals NPER, and Excel will tell us what parameters we need to enter. First one is interest rate, rate for short. We put in 0.05. Payment, it would be a payment, not the 110 we're going to receive at the end, but a constant payment throughout the loan. We don't receive any payments here, so we're going to leave payment as 0. Our present value is that negative 100. And then future value is in brackets because we have a default value. The default value is 0. 0 is not what we want, of course. 110 is the right value here. And then type is something we can leave as the default for this question. So close parentheses, and we get 1.95. So almost 2 years is when we should receive the repayment of 110 if this friend is offering us a 5% interest rate and it's a fair deal for the loan. Now, instead of entering the parameters directly, if we want to be a little fancier, use better Excel practices, and most importantly, be able to reuse this file for any future questions involving the length of time for a loan, we can go in here and we can clear out what we entered in directly and replace it with cell references. So instead of me putting in 0.05, I can say B7, and it's going to take whatever value I put in for B7, which is right next to my interest rate. I put in my interest rate here. Payment was 0. It's always going to be 0, so we can keep that alone without cell references. B8 is present value. B9 was future value, and we're done. As you can see, we still got that same 1.95, but now if I want to change things, if I have a new interest rate, new initial amount my friend's borrowing, new future value, or new for 2 or 3 of them, I can change these here, and my length of time will automatically update. So for example, let's say we have a different interest rate. We're charging a higher rate for our friend. It's going to be 10% instead of 5%. I put in 10 for B7, and it immediately updates. And turns out I only need exactly 1 year now for it to be a fair deal instead of the 1.95. So with this single function, you can now find the maturity for any time value of money question your professor might throw at you. If you found this video helpful, please comment, like, and/or subscribe so that other students can find it too. Happy studying.